Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are covering the 2015 NBA playoffs right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, a guy who covers everything and covered everything successfully, professionally for almost 30 years. Right now, we're going to take a look at the Houston-Dallas series. Joe Duffy, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Peter.
Okay, is that accurate? You covered everything successfully for about 30 years?
Publicly since 1988, and as far as betting on my own, add another 5 to 10 years. Yes, absolutely. Since 1988, my picks have been public, and I've been full-time since June 1st of 88.
Well, the Mavericks and the Rockets, kind of an interesting series. The Mavericks were a notably bad bet on the year, and Houston was a great bet on the year overall. ATS, the Mavs are also having lineup issues heading into this series, and I read an interview with Dirk Nowitzki where he was quoted as saying he's not sure what's going to happen with the Mavericks heading into the playoffs. So given all those signs, it seems like, mostly positives for Houston, at least for this series, and mostly negatives for the Mavericks. It is a bit of a high line, though, minus 259. The Mavs could steal this series. The question is just what are their chances of doing it? What's your take on the series odds, Joe?
What you said is true, but Dallas's coach, Rick Carlisle, he's been around the block. He's coached quite a few playoff games. He's really improved as far as being able to find the right lineups and matchups. And Dallas is kind of like I am as a handicapper. They're really at the forefront of analytics and trying to use those analytics and getting those matchups. So I really think that Dallas could have an advantage as far as on the bench to making those proper adjustments. You could actually argue that both of these teams are better than their record. Houston had more than their share of injuries. I think that's one of the reasons that they were able to overcome the injuries. That's why they surprised some people as far as spread-wise. But Dallas, look, they're a team that you might argue is built a little bit more for the playoffs. You mentioned Dirk Nowitzki. He's obviously older, but when you're not playing those 5 games in 7 nights and 3 games in 4 nights, he's clearly going to average more than his 29 minutes that he played during the regular season. Never been a huge Amari Stoudemire fan, but now it's a better role for him. He's not a star player. He's playing a good role. He's going to play more than 10 minutes. So I think both of these teams are better than their record. But all in all, Houston, because they're finally healthy, and it gets back to, I love looking at the top of the rosters in the playoffs because you shorten the benches. James Harden's one of the best players in the NBA, and he's probably going to be the difference. Maybe 5, 6 games, more likely 6 games, Houston will win it.
Okay, so if you had to make a bet here at the current odds, you would take the Rockets at minus 259?
Minus 259, that is laying a lot. I would probably look for more of a proposition bet and say Houston in 6.
Right. Okay, thanks so much, Joe.